Be careful. Not everyone who wants to spend forever with you wants to understand your soul. Some are hoping to borrow your strength, your peace, and your identity, until they no longer know where you end and they begin. Many people believe that attraction begins with what they can see. They think love starts with appearance, charm, success, or shared interests. Yet some of the deepest connections in life begin far beneath the surface. There is a kind of attraction that cannot be explained by logic alone. It is the feeling of being drawn towards someone for reasons that remain hidden, even from the person experiencing them. This person who hopes to marry you may be experiencing exactly that. They are not simply attracted to what you do or how you look. They are captivated by something much deeper, something that exists at the very center of your being. Perhaps you have noticed throughout your life that people often come to you when they are confused, hurting, or searching for answers. Maybe they feel calmer in your presence without understanding why. Perhaps your words carry a certain weight, or your silence provides comfort when nothing else can. These qualities are easy to overlook because they feel natural to you. What is ordinary to you may appear extraordinary to someone else. The person who dreams about building a future with you sees something that stands out in a world where authenticity has become increasingly rare. They see a quality that cannot be bought, copied, or manufactured. It may be your resilience after surviving difficult experiences. It may be your ability to remain kind in situations that would make others bitter. It may be your emotional depth, your wisdom, your patience, or your quiet confidence. Whatever form it takes, they recognize it, even if they cannot fully explain it. What fascinates them is not merely the quality itself, but the way it seems to exist effortlessly within you. They may have spent years searching for the same strength inside themselves. They may have tried to find peace through achievement, validation, or relationships, yet never succeeded. Then they encounter you. Suddenly they witness someone carrying naturally what they have been desperately seeking. This creates a powerful emotional response. Without realizing it, they begin to associate their feelings of hope, security, and fulfillment with your presence. When they are around you, they feel closer to the person they wish they could become. Your energy reflects possibilities back to them. Your character reveals strengths they admire. Your way of living awakens something sleeping within their own psyche. This is why their attraction often feels stronger than ordinary romantic interest. They are not merely seeing a partner, they are seeing a symbol. In their mind, you represent something valuable, something meaningful, something capable of transforming their life. They may not consciously understand this process, but it influences the way they think about you. It influences the way they imagine the future. The more they observe you, the more they become convinced that there is something special about you that cannot be easily found elsewhere. They notice how you respond to challenges, how you treat people when there is nothing to gain, how you carry yourself when nobody is watching. These moments reveal character, and character has a magnetic power that reaches far deeper than appearance ever could. What draws them toward marriage is not simply the desire to share a life with you. It is the feeling that you possess something rare and precious, something that makes them feel understood, inspired, and alive. Something that speaks directly to a part of themselves they have been trying to find for a very long time. Once they become aware of the qualities that attract them to you, something even more powerful begins to happen beneath the surface. What started as admiration slowly transforms into expectation. They no longer simply appreciate what you possess. They begin to imagine what their life would feel like if they had constant access to it. This is where many people unknowingly cross an invisible psychological boundary. They move from being inspired by another person's strengths to believing those strengths can somehow become theirs through closeness. The human mind has a remarkable tendency to seek completion outside itself. When people discover qualities in another person that they feel are missing within themselves, they often become convinced that intimacy is the answer. They believe that love will fill the empty spaces, that commitment will heal old wounds, and that marriage will finally provide the security they have spent years searching for. The person who hopes to marry you may be carrying exactly this belief, even if they have never spoken it aloud. When they imagine a future with you, they are not only imagining shared experiences, they are imagining how your presence will make them feel. They picture themselves becoming calmer because of your peace, stronger because of your confidence, more secure because of your stability. more hopeful because of your optimism. They begin connecting their future happiness to the qualities they see in you. At first, this seems harmless. After all, everyone is influenced by the people they love. Healthy relationships often inspire growth and positive change, but there is a subtle difference between being inspired by someone's qualities and expecting those qualities to solve your internal struggles. Many people fail to recognize this distinction. Without realizing it, they may begin treating you as the answer to questions they have never answered within themselves. If they struggle with self-worth, your affection becomes proof that they matter. If they feel lost, your direction becomes their compass. If they carry emotional wounds, your love becomes the medicine they hope will finally heal them. Gradually, the relationship takes on a burden it was never meant to carry. This process often happens unconsciously. They are not trying to manipulate you. They genuinely believe their feelings are love. In many ways, they are sincere. Yet beneath that sincerity exists a hidden hope that being united with you will somehow grant them access to the qualities they admire. They believe that by sharing your life, they can share your strength. By sharing your journey, they can share your certainty. By sharing your heart, they can finally escape their own inner emptiness. The deeper their admiration becomes, the more they idealize what you represent. They begin to see you not only as a person, but as a symbol of everything they desire. This can create unrealistic expectations. No matter how strong, wise, or emotionally balanced you may be, you remain human. You have fears, weaknesses, and struggles of your own. Yet when someone places their hopes for completion upon another person, they often overlook these realities. What they truly seek is not hidden inside your personality. It is hidden within themselves. The peace they admire in you is a quality they must cultivate. The confidence they envy in you is a strength they must develop. The wholeness they perceive in you is a journey they must undertake for themselves. Yet before they understand this truth, they may believe that marriage is the bridge that will carry them there, convinced that the life they long for exists somewhere within you, waiting to be claimed through love and commitment. As the relationship grows deeper, a subtle transformation can begin to take place. What once felt like admiration and affection slowly evolves into dependency. The qualities that originally attracted one person to the other become so important that the relationship starts revolving around them. This is often where people make a mistake they never intended to make. They begin believing that love requires them to surrender parts of themselves in order to maintain the connection. At first, the changes are almost impossible to notice. One person becomes more willing to ignore their own needs to keep the peace. They silence opinions that might create conflict. They abandon interests, dreams, or personal goals because the relationship feels more important. They convince themselves that sacrifice is proof of love. The more they give away, the more devoted they believe they are becoming. But individuality is not something that can be surrendered without consequences. Every person enters a relationship carrying a unique identity. They have their own values, passions, beliefs, strengths, weaknesses, and experiences. These qualities form the foundation of who they are. When someone slowly disconnects from that foundation, they begin losing contact with an essential part of themselves. The process happens gradually, making it difficult to recognize until significant damage has already been done. The person who constantly gives may feel proud of their sacrifices in the beginning. They may believe they are being supportive, loyal, and loving. Yet beneath the surface, exhaustion starts to grow. They spend so much energy meeting the emotional needs of another person that they forget to care for their own. Their desires become secondary. Their voice becomes quieter. Their identity becomes blurred. At the same time, the person receiving all of this support may become increasingly dependent without realizing it. Instead of developing their own inner strength, they begin relying on the relationship to provide it. Instead of confronting their insecurities, they seek reassurance. Instead of building confidence from within, they depend on constant validation. What began as love slowly becomes a system of emotional dependence. This creates an imbalance that neither person initially notices. One partner becomes the giver, the other becomes the receiver. One carries the emotional weight while the other leans upon it. Over time, this arrangement becomes unsustainable. Human beings are not designed to be permanent sources of another person's identity. No matter how loving, patient, or devoted someone may be, they cannot endlessly supply another person with confidence, purpose, peace, or self-worth. Eventually, the pressure becomes too great. The giver starts feeling unseen. They wonder why their efforts are never enough. They begin questioning why they feel empty despite giving so much. Resentment quietly takes root because every sacrifice has moved them further away from themselves. The receiver experiences difficulties as well. Because they have relied so heavily on the relationship, they often feel anxious whenever the connection is threatened. They fear abandonment. They fear change. They fear losing the very source of stability they have come to depend upon. The relationship becomes less about love and more about preserving emotional security. This is the hidden danger of giving away your identity. The more you abandon yourself for another person, the more fragile the relationship becomes. What was once a bond between two individuals slowly transforms into a struggle between dependence and exhaustion. And in that struggle, both people risk losing the very qualities that brought them together in the first place. The deepest form of love does not seek ownership. It does not attempt to control, absorb, or reshape another person into something more convenient. Instead, it recognizes the uniqueness of the other soul and treats that uniqueness as something sacred. This is a truth that many people spend years trying to understand. They enter relationships believing that closeness means becoming the same, thinking that complete unity requires the disappearance of individuality. Yet genuine love asks for something very different. When two people truly care for one another, they do not erase their differences. They respect them. They understand that every individual carries a unique journey, a unique purpose, and a unique identity that deserves to be protected. Love becomes strongest when both partners remain connected to who they are while choosing to walk forward together. The relationship is no longer built upon dependency, but upon mutual respect and growth. The healthiest marriages are not formed by two incomplete people desperately trying to fill each other's emptiness. They are formed by two individuals who are committed to their own development and who encourage the development of one another. Instead of demanding that their partner become the source of all happiness, they accept responsibility for their own inner life. They understand that no human being can permanently provide what must ultimately be cultivated from within. This creates a powerful shift in the relationship. Rather than asking, "What can I take from this person?" they begin asking, "How can I support this person in becoming even more fully themselves?" The focus moves away from possession and toward encouragement. Love becomes an environment where both people can grow without fear of losing themselves. A person who truly loves you will not feel threatened by your individuality. They will not ask you to shrink your ambitions, silence your voice, or abandon your passions to make them feel secure. On the contrary, they will take joy in watching you become everything you are capable of becoming. Your growth will inspire them rather than intimidate them. Likewise, you will feel free to support their growth without feeling responsible for carrying their entire emotional world. There is a profound difference between supporting someone and becoming their foundation. Healthy love offers encouragement, compassion, and companionship, but it does not require one partner to sacrifice their identity so the other can feel complete. This kind of relationship creates emotional freedom. Both individuals remain connected, yet neither is trapped. Both feel loved, yet neither feels owned. Both offer support, yet neither becomes dependent upon it for survival. The relationship becomes a meeting place between two strong individuals, rather than a refuge for two unfinished selves seeking escape from their own inner struggles. Over time, this creates a bond that is far more resilient than one built on dependency. Challenges may arise, circumstances may change, and difficulties may test the relationship, but the connection remains strong because it is rooted in authenticity. Each person knows who they are independent of the relationship, and that knowledge allows them to contribute to it from a place of strength rather than fear. The greatest expression of love is not taking what is beautiful in another person and making it your own. It is recognizing that beauty, honoring it, and allowing it to flourish. True love does not consume the soul, it protects it. It does not demand possession, it offers appreciation, and it does not ask someone to become less of themselves. It inspires them to become more. So if this person hopes to marry you, remember this. They may be drawn to your strength, your light, your kindness, or the peace you carry within. But never forget, those gifts were not given to you, so someone else could possess them. The right person will not try to take your identity. They will help you protect it. Because real love is not about finding someone to complete you. It is about finding someone who respects the wholeness already living inside you. And when that person arrives, they won't ask you to become less of yourself for their happiness. They will love you because of who you are, not because of what they can take from you. That is the difference between being desired and being truly loved. Thank you for being here. Protect your peace, honor your worth, and never give away the parts of yourself that make you unique. Goodbye, and stay strong.